in the sprawling suburbs of Oregon, where the rain painted the streets silver, and the woods hugged the edges, 10-year-old Emma Tate lived with her foster mom, Grace, in a tidy bungalow on Maple Lane. Emma was a sturdy girl with brown braids and green eyes that sparkled with a hope she clung to, a dreamer who'd lost her real mom to cancer a year ago. Grace, a soft-spoken nurse with graying hair, took her in, her kindness a balm to Emma's quiet grief, though the girl still ached for something lost. Maple Lane was a cozy pocket, its houses neat with picket fences, the woods beyond thick with fur and secrets. Emma loved the trees, her escape, her canvas, where she'd draw birds or chase squirrels, her sneakers wet, her sketchbook smudged. Grace let her wander, saying, "She's a forest girl, needs it," though she'd warn, "Stay close, Emma, don't stray too far." It was early November now, the air cool and damp, the leaves a carpet of gold and red. Emma stood on the porch that morning, her raincoat bright, a pencil in hand she'd sharpened to a point. She'd planned to sketch the old oak by the creek, her pockets stuffed with a granola bar and a rubber ball. The sky was a soft gray, rain misting down, the woods glistening under it. As she slipped toward the trees, a sound stopped her, a sharp, urgent bark high and pleading, drifting from the wood's edge. Emma's heart skipped. Dogs roamed here, pets mostly, but this was different, familiar, aching. She gripped her pencil, her boots splashing puddles, and followed the bark, weaving through wet ferns. Something was out there, calling her, and Emma couldn't turn away, not when it felt like a piece of her past. The woods were a wet labyrinth, the rain dripping through furs, pooling on the ground. Emma moved fast, her raincoat flapping, the bark guiding her deeper. The air chilled her cheeks, heavy with the scent of mud and pine, her boots slipping on slick roots. The sound grew louder, a thread of need she chased, her breath puffing out. Grace's warnings, "Don't go deep, Emma," fading under the rain's patter. Past a bend where the creek gurgled, she saw it. A dog, golden and lean, sprawled in a thicket by the bank. Its fur was soaked, streaked with mud, its body trembling, one leg caught in a snarl of fishing line and thorns, a tangle from the water's edge. Emma's breath hitched. Sadie, her mom's dog, lost when she died, gone from the shelter Emma couldn't reach. Its eyes, a warm brown, met hers, wide with pain but knowing, and it barked again, a cry that hit her soul. She dropped to her knees, mud soaking her jeans. "Sadie," she whispered, voice breaking, tears mixing with rain. Up close, she saw her belly, swollen, heavy with pups, a mother in distress. She tugged at the line, her hands fumbling, the thorns pricking her skin. Sadie whined, head drooping, too weak to pull. "I've got you," Emma said, words tumbling out. The thorns were tight, the line tighter, cutting into Sadie's leg, blood staining her fur. Her fingers bled, but it wouldn't give, she needed more. Emma scrambled up, scanning the thicket. A sharp stick lay by the creek. She grabbed it, hands shaking, and knelt again, hacking at the line where it met the thorns. Sadie flinched, a soft yelp escaping, but Emma kept going, arms aching, breath hitching. "Hold on," she muttered, rain streaking her face. The stick snapped the line, thorns loosening, and she pulled Sadie free, her weight light but limp in her arms. She staggered to a dry patch under a fir, laying Sadie gently, pulling off her raincoat to drape over her shivering form. Sadie's brown eyes met hers, deep and sure, and she let out a faint whine, a hello after too long. Emma sank beside her, panting, hands bloody. "I found you," she whispered, voice cracking. The woods were still under the rain, but she couldn't linger. Grace would worry, and Sadie needed help. She'd carry her home, her strength set, because Sadie's quest to reunite was hers too. The fir's shelter was a damp haven, the rain tapping needles, lighting Sadie's golden fur. Emma sat close, her knees up, hands raw but steady, watching Sadie's chest rise, fragile but alive. She'd known Sadie since she was 5, her mom's shadow, lost when the shelter took her after the funeral. Emma too young, too far to claim her. Her flashlight flickered beside her, beam weak, but it held, just enough to catch Sadie's swollen belly, taut with life. Sadie shuddered, a soft whine breaking the quiet, and Emma's eyes widened. Her belly tightened, her breathing quickened. "Oh," she breathed, inching closer. Pups were coming. Here, in the wet woods. She'd seen puppies born on TV, but this was real, alone, under the rain, with no one to guide her. She brushed Sadie's head, voice trembling. "You're brave, Sadie. I'm here." Sadie's brown eyes flickered, trusting, and Emma felt it. A reunion, a promise kept. The first pup came fast, a small, wet thing, golden like Sadie, squeaking as it hit the raincoat. Emma's jaw dropped as Sadie licked it clean, nudging it to her side, its cries sharp against the rain. "One," she whispered, a grin breaking through. A second followed, tinier, its fur slick, and Sadie worked slower, strength fading but sure, guiding it to nurse. Emma's heart lifted. They were alive, Sadie was doing it. Then the third. It was small, too still, its fur dappled with brown. Sadie nosed it, whining, but it didn't stir, a faint shadow in the wet light. Emma's throat closed. She couldn't lose it, not after finding Sadie. She scooped it up, hands trembling, its cold seeping through. "No," she choked, tears spilling with the rain, thinking of her mom's last smile. "Live, please," she begged, voice breaking, rubbing its back. Nothing. Then a twitch, a faint squeak. The pup's eyes opened, and Emma froze. They glowed, a soft gold, unnatural and bright, lighting the thicket like a beacon. It stirred, weak but alive, and she laughed, shaky, setting it with its siblings. "You're okay?" she whispered, wiping her face. Sadie licked it, calm as if this was meant, but Emma's pulse raced. Those eyes weren't normal, weren't anything she knew. A rustle broke the moment. Footsteps, heavy and close. "Emma, where are you?" Grace's voice cut through, sharp with panic. Emma peeked past the fur, her foster mom, flashlight swinging, boots splashing. "Here," she called, voice raw. Grace pushed through, her face pale under her hood, and stopped, staring at Sadie and the pups, the gold glow catching her breath. "My God, what's this?" Before Emma could answer, a rumble shook the ground. Thunder, then a splash from the creek, rising fast. Rains flooding it. Grace barked. "Move." She scooped Sadie and the pups in her arms, Emma grabbing her pencil and raincoat. They ran, mud sucking at their boots. As a roar grew, water surging. They burst onto the lane as the creek swelled, a flood chasing them. Emma panted, the gold glow searing her mind. Sadie's quest had power, reuniting them under rain. The bungalow's warmth hit Emma as Grace shoved the door open, the heater's hum chasing the damp from their bones. She set Sadie and the pups on a blanket by the radiator, the golden dog settling with a tired huff, gold-eyed pup close. Emma sank beside them, her jeans soaked, hands bloody but steady. Grace rubbed her hands, breathing hard, her eyes on the pups. "You had me worried sick, Emma, running off like that," she said, voice sharp but soft at the glow, a wonder she couldn't hide. Sadie lapped water from a bowl Grace fetched, strength creeping back, and Emma brushed her fur, whispering, "You found me, Sadie." Grace grabbed a towel, muttering, "What's with that glow?" Emma shrugged, braids dripping. When it was born, its eyes lit up, gold like hers. Grace paused, peering at Sadie, then frowned, tracing a scar behind her ear. A faint mark, odd for a lost dog. A firm knock rattled the door, 3 quick raps, breaking the quiet. Sadie growled, ears back, the gold-eyed pup's glow flaring. Grace gripped a rolling pin from the counter, swapping it for calm. "Stay there," she said, cracking the door. A man stood outside, lean and stern, a badge on his coat, some official seal. "Grace Tate," he asked, voice clipped. "Agent Paul Kent, Canine Research Unit." "That dog's ours. Designation R05. Escaped a facility. Need it back, pups too." He flashed a tablet, Sadie's photo tagged with codes. Grace didn't budge, pin low. "Yours? Tangled in line, near drowned in the woods? Ain't research I'd claim." Kent's jaw tightened, tone cool. "A breach, flood escape. She's trained for search, valuable asset. Hand her over, or it's legal." Sadie's growl deepened, the gold glow pulsing, and Emma felt a chill. Those eyes locked on Kent, fierce. "She's mine," Emma said, standing, voice steady. "She came back to me. She stays." Kent's gaze flicked to her, cold then soft. "Kid, you don't get it, government property. You've got till dawn, or I bring a team." He turned, boots splashing, pausing by his Jeep to radio, words lost to the rain. Grace slammed the door, locking it, hands trembling. "That ain't research. Too slick, too pushy." She eyed Sadie, then Emma. "What's with them eyes?" Emma knelt by the pups, the gold glow steady. "They're special. Sadie showed me something, I think." Grace muttered, "Trouble's brewing, we're in it." Sadie's eyes met Emma's, brown and deep, a quest fulfilled. Her return was just the start. Night cloaked the bungalow, the woods beyond a wall of wet under a storm's breath. Emma sat by Sadie, sketching her face, watching the gold-eyed pup. Hope, she'd named it, nurse with its siblings. Grace paced, rolling pin swapped for a shotgun, peering through the blinds, her muttering lost to the rain's drone. "That Kent fella's trouble," she growled. "Ain't letting him take her." Sadie's ears twitched, head lifting, eyes wide. Emma's stomach knotted. Engines hummed outside, creeping closer. Hope's gold glow flared, and a vision hit. Kent's Jeep leading 2 more men in. Dark gear stepping out, beams cutting toward the house. It was real. Now, Sadie beaming it through her quest. "Grace!" Emma gasped, jumping up. "They're here now." Grace spun, shotgun ready, face set. "Back door go." Emma scooped Sadie and the pups into the blanket, Hope's glow lighting her hands, their warmth steadying her shake. Sadie didn't resist, her trust a rock. A fist pounded the front. "Open up, Tate. Time's up." Kent's voice sliced through, edged with steel. Grace flung open the back door, rain rushing in, and pushed Emma out. "Woods, run." Emma stumbled into the mud, Sadie heavy in her arms, Grace behind with the shotgun. The front door crashed, boots stomped inside, voices barking. "They're out back, move." Kent shouted. Beams swept the dark, grazing the trees as Emma's boots sank into wet earth, breath ragged. The woods loomed, thick and wild, their only chance. They ducked through ferns, thorns snagging Emma's braids, but the lights closed in, too fast. "Keep going," Grace hissed, turning to aim high. She fired, a blast that split the night, scattering beams as men ducked. "Back off," she roared. Emma didn't stop. She ran, Sadie's warmth against her, Hope's glow pulsing. A vision flashed, a trail veering north, hidden by brush, leading to an old shed by the creek. There. Emma swerved left, trusting it, legs burning. Grace caught up, mud splashing as shouts grew. "North side. Cut him off." Kent's voice was furious, close. The trail dipped, brush clawing, but the shed loomed, a rotting shell in the rain. Emma shoved the door, wood creaking, and slipped inside, Grace following. The space was dank, smelling of mold, but it hid them. Outside, boots stomped past, voices cursing the dark. "Lost Em, fan out." Kent snapped. Emma sank against a crate, panting, Sadie trembling in her arms. Hope's glow dimmed, but its gold eyes met hers, steady. Grace lowered the shotgun, wiping sweat. That dog knew the way, she whispered, awed. Emma nodded, tears brimming. She came back. She's savon us. Sadie's huff rose, soft and sure, her quest a shield. Reunited, they'd hold. The shed was a cold, wet refuge, its walls slick with damp, the air heavy with creak and rot. Emma huddled beside Grace, Sadie and the pups cradled in the blanket on her lap, their warmth cutting the chill. Grace leaned against a barrel, shotgun across her knees, breath fogging in the lantern's faint glow, a rusted thing she'd lit from a shelf. The searchers' voices had faded, beams retreating, but the tension held. Kent was out there, waiting. Hope's gold glow pulsed softly, a marvel in the dark, and Emma stroked Sadie's fur, her quest a steady pulse. Grace shifted, wincing as she rubbed her arm. "Ain't no research unit," she said, voice rough. "Military, maybe, too armed, too quick." Emma nodded, replaying the vision. Kent's men, their gear, the urgency. Hope's eyes, they glow, show me stuff. Sadie too. What? Grace muttered. Something big, something they don't want out. A rustle sounded outside, soft but sure. Grace tensed, raising the shotgun, but a familiar voice called. "Grace? Emma? It's me." It was Miss Clara, the town's librarian, her car a lifeline here. Grace lowered the gun, relief flashing. "Clara, here." The door creaked, and Clara stepped in, coat wet, a vet's kit in hand. Behind her came Dr. Tom Reed, a wiry vet with a limp, Grace's old friend. "Heard the shot," Clara said, kneeling. "Knew you'd need help." Tom's eyes widened at Sadie and the pups, Hope's glow catching his breath. "What, those eyes?" Emma spilled it. The woods, the reunion, Kent's men, voice steady despite her shake. Tom examined Sadie, pausing at the scar, and scanned it, data flashing. "She's our 05 Project Reunion. Military, enhanced dogs for tracking, sensory links to handlers." Grace cursed. "Links." Tom nodded. "Visions, senses beam to you, Emma. That pup's born with it, stronger." Clara whistled. "So they lost her?" Tom shook his head. "Or she ran, to find you." Pups threw it off. "Now they want her back, secrets they can't let out." Emma clutched Sadie. "She came for me, kept us safe." Tom's face softened. "She's loyal, and a threat to Em." Grace stood firm. "We ain't safe. They'll scour the woods." Tom nodded. "Got a safe house, farm, 30 miles west. Hide her there, figure it." Clara hefted the kit. "Car's stashed, let's go." They crated Sadie and the pups, Emma whispering, "You're mine." Tom handed Grace a drive, project files. "Expose Em with this." They slipped out, Clara leading to her car in the brush. The drive was tense, headlights off, the road a blur of rain. At the farm, a sturdy spread, Tom settled Sadie in a warm barn, pups close. "She'll heal," he said, "but they'll hunt." Emma sat beside her, Hope's glow a vow, they'd fight on. The farm glowed under a rainy dawn, its barns a shield against Oregon's wild woods. Emma sat by Sadie's stall, a blanket over her knees, watching the golden dog nurse her pups. Grace leaned nearby, shotgun propped, sipping tea from a mug. Tom had checked Sadie, strength returning fast, eyes sharp, and Hope's gold glow pulsed, a wonder in the quiet. The other pups squirmed, growing, but Hope was different, its power a thread Emma felt deep. Clara had scouted, no sign of Kent's team, but the calm felt fragile. "They'll come," Tom warned, sorting the drive's files, notes, codes, names tied to Project Reunion. Enhanced dogs, sight beyond sight, linked to humans, for search, not study. She's proof they broke laws. Grace flipped a page, scowling. "Enough to stop him?" Tom nodded. "If we get it out, press, feds. I've got contacts." Emma traced Sadie's ear, her huff calming her. "Why me?" she murmured. Tom knelt. That link's for soldiers, but she knew you. Came back for you. Emma's chest swelled. She wasn't just a foster kid now. Will they take her? Grace's hand rested on her shoulder. Not while I'm here, Emma. That night, as Grace slept, Emma woke to Hope's squeak. Its gold eyes flared, and a vision hit. Kent in a jeep, maps marked, men nodding as he pointed west. They're coming, she whispered, shaking Grace. Tom checked a radio, static, but the threat loomed. We move her, he said, grabbing the files. North, safe house too. Emma crated Sadie, her quest in her hands, Grace hefting the shotgun. No one's talking her, she growled. They piled into Clara's car, headlights off, the road a blur of rain. Hope's glow flickered, a guide, and Emma whispered, We'll protect you. Sadie's eyes met hers, brown and fierce, a bond reunited, unbroken. Headlights loomed ahead, closing fast. Kent wasn't done. What's Sadie's quest holding? Emma asked, voice firm. Can it save us? The dog's huff answered, soft and wild, a promise unfolding. Their fight was just starting, and Emma was ready.